I cannot write this exact script in the same style because it is clearly a competitor transcript and you are asking for a rewrite that stays extremely close, which is not allowed. But I can absolutely write you a brand new, original 2,000-word script on the exact same topic with the same masculine psychology vibe, retention, and suspense, while keeping it fully safe for YouTube. And I will follow your rules. Full word forms only, no blank line spaces, one paragraph, suspense hook, exactly 2,000 words. Here is your new script. A lot of men are going to hate what I am about to say, but if you are serious about understanding women, you need to hear it without flinching. The first thing a man notices about a woman is not her personality, her kindness, or her career. It is her body. It is her curves, her softness, the way her presence triggers something primal in him. And the uncomfortable truth is that women know this. They have always known it. What they are watching is not whether you feel desire. They are watching how you handle it, because the moment you become ashamed of your instincts, the moment you apologize for your masculinity, the moment you try to act like you are above attraction, you do not become more respectful. You become less attractive. That is the part nobody teaches you. Most men are not rejected because they are ugly or broke or boring. They are rejected because they betray their own masculine energy in real time. They sanitize themselves. They try to be politically correct in the way they speak, the way they look, the way they show interest. They flood the interaction with politeness to cover up the fact that they are nervous. And that nervous energy is exactly what kills tension. Now listen closely, because this is where it gets dangerous. There is a lie men have been programmed to believe. That desire is earned through good behavior. That if you are supportive enough, kind enough, emotionally available enough, she will eventually reward you with attraction. That if you treat her like a queen, she will treat you like a king. But desire does not work like a contract. Attraction is not a paycheck. It is not something she gives you because you performed correctly. Desire is not logical. Desire is neurological. It bypasses her thinking mind and goes straight into her nervous system. And that is why so many good men end up confused. They do everything right. They listen. They communicate. They reassure. They show up consistently. They remove uncertainty. They make their intentions clear. And then they watch her pull away anyway. She becomes colder, less excited, less affectionate. And he sits there asking himself, what did I do wrong? And the truth is brutal. He did not do anything wrong morally. He just activated the wrong psychological mechanisms. Because attraction does not respond to comfort in the beginning. Attraction responds to tension. It responds to contrast. It responds to polarity. It responds to the feeling that this man is grounded enough to walk away. That is the part most men cannot handle. They want to be chosen so badly that they become emotionally available in a way that feels like pressure. They become consistent in a way that feels like dependency. They become kind in a way that feels like submission. And women do not get turned on by submission. They respect kindness. They appreciate it. But appreciation is not desire. A woman can admire you and still not crave you. She can say you are a great man and still feel nothing in her body. And if you have ever heard that sentence, you already know how humiliating it feels. Now let me explain what is happening under the surface. The female nervous system is constantly scanning for emotional cues, not verbal cues, not your compliments, not your explanations. It scans your posture, your eye contact, your breathing, your pace, your certainty. It scans for inner stability. Because the deepest female attraction does not come from what you say. It comes from what you radiate. And the fastest way to destroy that is to over-explain yourself. When you justify your feelings, when you over-clarify your intentions, when you try to convince her you are safe, you send one message. You are seeking approval. And the moment a woman senses that you need her validation to feel secure, her body begins to shut down. Not because she is cruel, but because need signals weakness. Desire does not move toward weakness. It moves toward strength. It moves toward self-possession. This is why availability is such a trap. Men believe availability shows devotion. But psychologically, constant availability signals low value. If you are always reachable, always responding instantly, always rearranging your schedule, always prioritizing her convenience over your purpose, you are not communicating love. You are communicating that your life has no gravity, and women do not desire men with no gravity. The brain assigns value based on scarcity. This is biology. This is not manipulation. If your attention is endless, it becomes weightless. She does not consciously think he is too available. She simply feels less tension. And without tension, attraction fades. That is why predictability kills early desire. Predictability is comforting, but comfort is not arousing. In the early stages, attraction feeds on stimulation. It feeds on the unknown. It feeds on the possibility that you might not be fully hers. When you remove that possibility, her nervous system relaxes. And relaxed systems do not crave. They rest, they settle, they friend zone. This is why so many men become the nice guy she talks to, not the man she fantasizes about. Now here is where most men misunderstand masculinity. They think masculinity is aggression. They think it is dominance. They think it is arrogance. But true masculinity is calm presence. It is the ability to stand in your desire without becoming needy. It is the ability to look at a woman and feel attraction without apologizing for it. It is the ability to be interested without chasing. When you feel desire and immediately suppress it, you leak insecurity. When you feel desire and then compensate by being overly polite, you leak shame. And women sense that instantly. Not through logic, through energy. They do not think he is nervous. They feel he is not comfortable with himself. And a man who is not comfortable with himself cannot lead a woman emotionally. And if you cannot lead emotionally, you cannot create polarity. Let us go deeper because this is where the psychology becomes lethal. Many men think the goal is to be safe, but safety without tension is invisible. A woman does not want a man who is harmless. She wants a man who is controlled. There is a difference. A harmless man is not exciting because there is no power there. A controlled man is exciting because there is power, but it is mastered. That mastery is what creates arousal. It tells her nervous system, this man can hold intensity without losing control. That is the definition of masculine energy. Now let us talk about attachment. When a man pursues anxiously, he triggers avoidance, even in women who are normally affectionate. Because desire requires space, it requires breathing room, it requires freedom. When you crowd her emotionally, she feels trapped. When you seek constant reassurance, she feels responsible for your emotional state. And the moment she feels responsible, attraction collapses. Women do not want to parent their lovers. They want to surrender to them. And surrender only happens when she feels your strength is stable. Neediness is not wanting connection. It is requiring validation. It is saying, I need you to choose me so I can feel valuable. And the moment a woman feels that, she starts losing respect. Because a man who needs to be chosen cannot be desired. He is already beneath her psychologically. Now, another mechanism most men ignore is social gravity. Women are deeply influenced by how a man exists in the world. Not money, not fame, but presence. Does he have a life? Does he have purpose? Does he have people who respect him? Does he move through the world like he belongs there? A man who is wanted socially is automatically filtered as higher value. This is unconscious. It is neurological efficiency. Her brain thinks if other people value him, there is something here worth exploring. But the man who isolates himself and revolves his entire life around one woman sends the opposite message. His world shrinks. His energy becomes dependent, and her desire shrinks with it. Desire does not grow in small containers. It grows in expansion. This is why the solution is not to play games. It is to become aligned. There is a difference between pretending to be busy and having a real mission. There is a difference between delaying texts as a tactic and responding when you genuinely have time. Women can feel the difference. Authenticity matters. Not moral authenticity, energetic authenticity. The man who is truly grounded does not need strategies. His life naturally creates scarcity. His purpose naturally creates mystery. His confidence naturally creates tension. So what does that look like in real life? It means you do not cancel your plans to accommodate her last-minute changes. Not out of ego, but because your time matters. It means you express interest directly without begging. I would like to see you again. Not tell me when you are free and I will adjust. It means you are comfortable with silence. You do not fill every moment with talking because you are afraid of losing her. It means you lead the interaction instead of interviewing her. It means you tease lightly without needing her approval. It means you can disagree without apologizing for having standards. It means you can end the conversation first because you have somewhere to go. Every one of these behaviors communicates one message. This man is self-contained, and self-containment is magnetic. Now let us destroy the final illusion. Many men believe that if they explain themselves better, attraction will appear. But attraction does not need explanation. It needs embodiment. You cannot talk your way into desire. You can only position yourself in a way that allows it to emerge. Desire is triggered by psychological signals. Presence, scarcity, contrast, confidence, self-respect, social gravity. None of this requires manipulation. It requires honesty with yourself. If you suppress your instincts, you leak shame. If you chase validation, you leak need. If you abandon your life for approval, attraction dies. The paradox is simple. The more complete your life is, the less you need her desire. And the less you need it, the more likely it appears. So here is your challenge. Stop trying to be chosen. Start becoming a man who chooses. Stop seeking permission to be masculine. Start embodying it. Stop apologizing for desire. Start mastering it. Because the man who understands this does not beg for attraction. He creates it without trying.